So my name is Bethany Bonsu, and currently I'm a public defender at the New York County Defender Services. So after my first year of law school, I realized that what I want to do is trial work. And I saw that the University of Houston, they produce trial attorneys, and they have programs like the Blakely Advocacy Institute, which has like great programs for people to be trained as trial attorneys, such as like the mock trial team. And then of course, like several classes and courses that you can take that will prepare you for being able to advocate in trial. So tomorrow I have arraignments, which basically means that I'm going to meet with a client and I'll either make a bail argument for why they shouldn't be held in jail and have to pay a bail fee, or I'll, just make a deal with the prosecutor. That's kind of what I'm doing now. And I think part of the reason why I would encourage anyone to attend the University of Houston is because I was well prepared for doing a bail argument. I'd never done a bail argument before, but because I learned the types of skills necessary to do a bail argument, talking to a judge, making clear-cut arguments, which was all taught to me at the University of Houston. I would definitely say that those type of skills helps prepare me for what I'm doing now. When I was a first-year law student, I realized that I wanted to do trial work. Beforehand, I'd been doing, I was looking at becoming a prosecutor, so still relevant to trial, but I started looking more at civil rights, and then I realized I wanted to still be able to do civil rights, but then also be trained as a trial attorney. And the University of Houston allowed me to do both. I mean, there's a class that you can take specifically about civil rights litigation, where they have two actual ACLU attorneys teach the class. So I wanted to attend the University of Houston Law Center for those reasons, because there were classes and clinics that were specifically designed to help me build the skills that are honestly helping me now with the job I have. So my law school experience was very different because I did a lot of traveling. I had to travel across the country to do various internships. And I mean, again, this shows you how much the Law Center really supports its students, because there's no way I could have been able to afford doing that if the university hadn't provided me with the funding that I needed. So I had to go from San Francisco, which is one of the most expensive cities in the country, to New York City, to DC, and then of course back again to Houston. And that was my experience. I traveled a lot, and that was because of my desire to be the type of attorney I am now, where I have a well-versed variety of knowledge on not just criminal justice, but also civil rights issues that I can use to help my clients. But that was basically my experience. I did a lot of traveling. I got to do a lot of different internships, externships. I did a lot of clinical work, and I wouldn't have been able to do it had the University of Houston not given me the scholarships and the funding that I needed. I guess, honestly, for me, it was probably just trying to figure out how to do everything I wanted to do. That was a huge challenge for me because, I've wanted to be an attorney since I was 10 years old. It's been something that I've been very passionate about. And, when I finally get the opportunity to do what I want to do, I was kind of scrambling, trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to do that. And that was the biggest challenge for me, figuring out how to accomplish my dreams. But, I went to a law school that really supported me, and specifically the Career Development Office helped me a lot with connecting me to alumni, different people who were working in areas that I wanted to work at, so that I could, narrow down more specifically what I wanted to do. The practical experience would honestly be all of the internships that I've had to do. because I interned at the ACLU. I also did a clinic, the death penalty clinic that the University of Houston offers, and then even working at the DOJ and the NAACP, all of those things, they gave me certainly the research skills that I needed for this job. Sometimes I have to write a motion and I have to do legal research, but it also helped me know where my right fit is. So there's a certain type of way to, if you want to go into criminal justice work, there's a certain type of skill or a certain type of role that everybody plays in trying to, I guess, dismantle the corruption within our system. And knowing what your role is, like, that's very important for you to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And so being able to do all those internships kind of helped me narrow like exactly what it is I want to do and how I want to do it. So honestly, the most memorable thing to me was, it actually happened while I was interning at the DOJ, and I got to sit in on a Supreme Court hearing. So that was pretty amazing. I saw all the Supreme Court justices. I got to see Justice Ginsburg before she passed away. And I mean, like, it was just a remarkable experience to be able to witness that. So my mom was incarcerated when I was 3 years old. I guess in that type of situation, it created a bunch of circumstances where I was put in a position of not having power. And so I saw attorneys as people who had power and who could make an impact. And I wanted to be that driving force to impact people in a positive way, whether that was helping out a mom who's, like locked up because she can't pay her bail and wants to get back home to her kids, or whether that's just helping someone who has a drug addiction and who wants to take the plea, but also wants to get help with that addiction. Whatever way that is, I wanted to be that driving force for people so that I could be helpful and make a positive impact. Being in these spaces that are incredibly competitive, where you're dealing with students who come from a certain type of privilege, like it's hard, because I was dealing with people who were typically white, typically coming from middle to upper class backgrounds, and went to schools like Yale, Harvard, Stanford, like those type of schools. And because I'm a Black female, I'm coming from a background that is definitely not middle or upper class. And I'm coming from a school that isn't Yale or Harvard, but the University of Houston provides so many opportunities and so many, I would say, professors and staff who are dedicated to seeing you do well, that I was able to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish because so many people helped me. So many people believed in me when maybe I didn't necessarily know right away if what I wanted to happen was going to happen. They still saw my vision and they still helped me, and they were just as enthusiastic and positive and optimistic about it, as I was. And so, yeah, like I'm very grateful for the people that have helped me at the University of Houston.